Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, over the weekend, we got news about former President Joe Biden and his cancer diagnosis. From what the news said, he has a form of prostate cancer which has metastasized to his bones right now. The Gleason score is a 9, which that has nothing to do with stages or anything like that. I've seen some people say he has stage 5 cancer, which doesn't exist. A Gleason score is just how aggressive it spreads through your body. With a 9 on this rating board, that's the highest it can be. Basically, what this means is it's over. Joe Biden is not going to survive this. He's in his early 80s. He's an old man. Even a young person getting this rapidly spreading of a cancer probably wasn't going to make it. But, like I just said, he's in his early 80s. So they're going to probably just make him as comfortable as he can in his remaining days. Some people will say that this has been under wraps for a long time, that Joe Biden just didn't tell people he was sick. Lots of people can recall about 3 years ago on stage, Joe Biden had some interview or something where he said he had cancer. People said this was a flub, that this was just a slip of the tongue, something like that. But who knows what could have been the truth? All we know is the truth now is that he has cancer at this time. And it's really, really bad. Now, I've seen a lot of people celebrating this. They seem happy about it, that he got cancer. And normally, I would tell people, you shouldn't mock people who are sick. Illness and things like that. I was always raised that the things you make fun of for people, you're going to get back tenfold in your life. However, I can't help but think about the people who have been affected by Joe Biden's policies on a geopolitical landscape, namely while he was in office in this increased conflict in the Middle East between Israel and Palestine. There's no more cancer treatment facilities in the Gaza Strip. So all those people who are sick over there have no choice but to go through their disease. Maybe this is some form of karmic retribution. Some child who died to an American bomb on the Gaza Strip, their spirit of disease, this revenge ghost of theirs, made its way into Joe Biden and clung to his prostate and gave him stage 4 cancer. Who knows? I know that sounds like woo-woo nonsense, but I have to find a way to find some sort of karma for someone who kicked the can down the road for so long. He set the stage for the current geopolitical landscape we find ourselves in. Because let it be known that the only reason Trump is in office right now is because Joe Biden refused to step aside until it was too late. Personally, I still am under the impression that Republican policy will do a net damage compared to Democratic policy. No matter who it is, the guy who's in the chair, Republicans just love destroying things. And we can see that now with the cuts to Medicaid, with the cuts to Social Security, with the increase in bombing runs in the Middle East. Republican policy is disastrous no matter who's in the chair. Democratic policy is fine, even if it's a disaster in the chair. But we find ourselves in a disaster landscape right now because of the choices that Joe Biden made while he was in office. Maybe you could say this is karma for the kids who died overseas. Maybe you could say this is karma for all of us for having to deal with this because he was too arrogant and he was too concerned with his legacy to understand it was time to step aside. Well, it seems now he is being forced to step aside by our ever-loving Grim Reaper. It's not like he's going to suffer in his final days, though. He's a multi-millionaire. He's got a doctor for a wife. He's got Secret Service on his leg at all times, so they're going to make him really comfortable in these final days, probably more comfortable than he deserves, and then he'll be interned and staked. So, until that happens, I'll try to have a good day.